We got a slow day today.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing swell. I'm doing swell. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, just us.
You just us so far, yeah.
All right.
How can I help you today?
Let me- yeah, I had a question I was going to ask you. So I'm developing this PDF. Uh, Actually, it's almost done. It's how to beat traffic tickets.
Yeah,
Um,
love that.
I've become a pro at it. So I figured I'd jot down my ideas and just throw it into AI, let it write the book, and so I'm almost done with it. I guess my next question is, what's the quickest and easiest way to like promote that? Um,
Yeah.
oh, there's some different tools out there, but I figured since you're the master at the digital marketing right now, I figured I'd ask you.
Yeah. So one, what's the purpose of this resource? My assumption is it's a lead magnet to drive leads.
Not necessarily, it's just mainly to sell the information.
Got it. Got it. So you want to sell the book itself.
Yeah,
Got it.
and it's only like I don't know, 10 pages.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was
But
thinking,
no,
I don't know. If I should add some resources, like go to this link for different forms, or I just mainly was thinking, well, why don't I just, since I'm good at it, kind of jot down my experiences, what to expect, what not to expect, and maybe I can just kind of sell that information.
yeah.
But if
Let's
there's
look at
another
it
way
from
I
the
need to
perspective.
approach it,
Yeah, so let's look at it from a perspective of, let's say you're out there looking for a resource from someone else. What would you pay $10 for? Right?
yeah,
If it's general information, I'm not paying $10 for, like, if I paid $10 for general information, I'm going to be upset because I could have just went to YouTube, right? I could have gone a little bit extra. If I pay $10, yes, I want your experience and information, but I want, like, what are the insights? What's the exact form that you filled out that helped you win the case? What's the exact lawyer you spoke to? What's the exact verbiage you said when you talked to the judge or whatever, right? Like, that's what I would pay the $10 for.
okay,
So yes, having those like, hey, I've taken all the headaches that I've had with dealing with traffic tickets. I like the speed. I also like to test my limit at those red light cameras.
yeah,
Here's my exact step-by-step blueprint on how I get out of every single one of them 100% of the time.
okay,
And then I'm not only just going to give you how I've gotten through the blueprint, the step-by-step process, I'm going to include the exact forms you need to fill out, the exact verbiage you need to say on those forms, and a recommendation to multiple lawyers or how to find the right lawyers in your city or county to help you with the process and
okay,
file.
all
Right?
right,
Like, okay, I pay $10 for that.
yeah,
Like, I don't
yeah,
have to go anywhere else. I don't have to go do research. So what are you doing? What is this resource going to do? What is this product going to do for the customer? It's going to give them clarity on what they need to do next to get out of this situation they're in. It's going to save them time because they don't have to do all the work like you did.
uh-huh,
It's all right here for you, ready to go in this simple resource I put together.
okay,
Pick it up for $9, whatever. Right?
gotcha. Okay. So different forms. Yeah, I guess I can. I'm just kind of thinking of, all of the tickets that I've beaten. Didn't
Yeah.
use any attorneys, right? I
Yeah.
just kind of went and battled it myself. But part of it is educating them on like, don't be afraid of the system. Don't be afraid of the judge. Don't
Correct.
be afraid of the attorney. Don't be afraid of the cop. Just go in there and
Of
just,
course,
yeah,
90% of the training is probably going to be around things they don't think they need to beat it. So yes, most of your delivery of the information is going to be like mindset, overcome this, like just show up. Half the time, if you show up, the cop won't. Boom, it gets dismissed because they didn't show up to finalize it or to be the witness. Like, but like, here's also, like, from a front facing marketing standpoint, people don't care about that. They care about what's the document, what's the lawyer, what's the hack, what's the quick thing that all I need to do is this and I get out of the ticket. So from a front facing marketing standpoint, we need to leverage, like, have you ever gotten a ticket and hated standing or hated trying to, you didn't deserve the ticket, but as you start to dive into the laws and regulations, it's like a mound of paperwork and you just got overwhelmed. So what you just gave up and just paid the ticket, even though you weren't wrong,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
because you didn't want to spend the next 6 hours trying to figure out the law and figure out what your rights are
Yeah.
as a citizen and as a vehicle, a motorized vehicle license holder. In this training, I'm going to break down exactly how I've beaten every single ticket without a lawyer, without paperwork, and I spent hundreds of hours developing this because I'm a habitual ticketer. I'm a habitual speed person. And so when you get this resource, you're going to leverage the hours that I've put in to overcoming this, the insights that I have from actually standing in front of the court and the judges and beating every single ticket without a hesitation.
Okay.
So if you're ready to save time and headache and hassle and overwhelm, save some money in your ticket in your bank account, and also like not be labeled as someone who did break the law when you know you didn't.
Gotcha.
Purchase the get out of jail free card blueprint.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right.
That would be like the hook, the front facing kind of like direction I would take. Right.
Yeah. No, that gives me some good ideas.
Yeah, you want to let you so this is a beta, so this would be so the way my brain works is I know it's a B2C offer, right? We're going to consumers. It's not B2B offer, it's a B2C offer.
Right.
And typically when you create B2C offers, so this is for everyone out there, if you're in the B2C space, if your business is B2C, you want to have pain removing currencies or solutions. So how am I going to remove the pain from this consumer? Less time, less overwhelm, less headaches, less stress, lose weight, right? Like we want to think of our marketing as how am I going to, oh my God, like I have to deal with this ticket and I just don't have the money and I know I could beat it, but I don't have the know-how, the knowledge. I don't know where to start to figure out if I can even like beat this thing, right?
Yeah.
The confusion, the overwhelm. So and I've been to this. Normally I'm like, I could probably beat it, but I don't want to waste my time. My time's valuable. So I'll just go pay $150.
Yeah. Okay.
But if I knew you before, Adrian, I'd be like, oh, let me get my boy Adrian up on the phone. Hey,
Yeah.
Adrian, I got a ticket. Help me fight this thing. And you're gonna be like, do this, 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 this. I'm gonna be like, heck yeah, boom. Would I pay $10 for that? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All day, every day. When you get it done, I'll pay you $10 now, man. Because like that's solid gold for me and for anybody else. Because we all know like sometimes the ticketing systems it's a revenue driver for the city, and it's not really like my ticket was I barely missed a red light camera, barely. Like just I timed it wrong.
Yeah.
No, it was late at night. There was really no one out there. There was a car in front of me. That was about it. And so I just tailed the car in front of me and I got through, but I missed it by like a tenth of a second. The camera caught it, and I did what I shouldn't have done. But in California, you just don't pay them. Well, out here in Florida, if you don't pay them, they actually take your shit away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in California, they don't prosecute you. You just don't even pay it. You're fine because it's a tell on yourself system in California. If you sign the document and send it back, you basically admitted to actually doing it. So it's a tattletale system.
Yeah.
I thought it was the same thing here in Florida. Apparently it's not. Apparently no. Like we got your face, we got your license plate, your name's on it. You either sign it back or we're going to revoke your license. And that's what they did. They revoked my license because I didn't pay it.
Whoa.
And then I had to go backwards and get a lawyer involved, try to get it dismissed, pay a lesser fee. I had all that happen, but I still have points on my record.
Interesting. How long?
I don't recall. I haven't looked into it yet because I'm normally a safe driver. Like I don't get a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
So I don't put myself in situations to get pulled over.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't speed. I stop at all the stop signs for the most part. Yeah. But like the red light was kind of like it was like but either way, right? Like knowing what I know now, like the headache that I could have gone through to try to fix it, like I would pay $10. I'd pay $20 for that, right? Like what's the value? What's the perceived value exchanged?
Sure.
Time is a value. Yeah. Money is a value. Like, hey, some tickets, speeding tickets are costing anywhere from $200 to $500.
Yeah.
Save $20 today and get out of almost all of your speeding tickets in the future with one price today.
Yeah.
Especially if you're somebody who speeds a lot.
Would you like charge like one for the guide and then two for like if you need like one-on-one help or answer any questions, would you charge for that as well?
Yeah, that's the upsell. It's the product ladder, brother. Always, if you have the time, ability, and capacity, like, hey, here's the thing, $19.99. $19, $17, pick one of those weird marketing numbers that everyone talks about.
Yeah.
For $17, you get the complete blueprint plus all the resources that all you need. Oh, by the way, if you wanted to take it a step forward and really make it in a powerful offer resource, plug in some 5-10 minute training videos walking them through the document.
Okay.
Right? Giving them like insights, like just screen record and go through the document and give them a verbal like, hey, oh, by the way, it's paired with video training. And then on the back end of that, hey, a lot of this stuff not making sense. If you like to just fast track your support, book a call with, sign up for a call with me here. And that sends them to a booked call page, but it's a purchase booked call page. And you decide like, well, how long will I be spending on this call with this person? If it's 15 minutes, maybe charge $100. If you're on there for a lot longer, and again, you also have to look at the kind of folks you're bringing in too, right? So
sure.
that does matter. So the price point of that call, you might have to finagle after some testing.
Right.
Like, oh man, everyone's buying that $100 call.
Yeah.
I love it. But now that I'm talking to I'm talking to these folks and it's great, but you might be like, no one's buying the $100 call. So after we have enough data, oh man, Matthew, I got 200 leads. Great. Or Matthew, I've got 50 new purchases of the $19 book. Solid. How many people upgraded to the call? No one. Ugh, okay, could be price or it could be offer. Let's test one of the two. First, let's change the price. That's the easiest thing to do. So go from 99 to $47. Matthew, I'm starting to get people on my calendar for the 15-minute call. $47 is the number. It's working. Cool. So it wasn't the offer, it was the price. People didn't feel the call was worth $100. They do feel it's worth $47.
Yeah.
$47 for 15 minutes of your time. Adhere to that 15-minute time slot. And then if you got 3 or 4 of those a day, you're bringing in, $150, $200 extra, just jumping on a phone call and providing clarity for them, right? It doesn't need to be like super fancy. It's just like, hey, just going to ask you a couple questions, help me get an idea, and then I'll give you some guidance on how to move forward.
Okay.
And then there's always other opportunities of like, hey, like you have all the information in front of you. I've laid it all out. This call here should, clarify what you need to do specifically. But like, if you need future support, you can always jump on my calendar again, but you would need to purchase another $47 slot.
Gotcha.
Right. Like, so you could always have the calendar, like people can multiple book on your calendar, but now they're paying for every time they book on your calendar.
Yeah. And then how would you then, once the book's done, what's the steps to market it?
First would be to put it out to your warm audience, anybody in your network, all your lists, your social media channels. I would have a campaign go out to each of them. The campaign would typically start with like, hey, I'm working on something. For any of you out there that have like dealt with speeding tickets or the law and you felt like you didn't need to pay it and you couldn't get out, instead of working through to get out of it, you just ponied up and paid it. I'm going to be dropping an amazing resource here in the next couple days. Keep an eye out. Like it's gonna like it'll help you almost 99.9% help you get out of every single traffic ticket you ever get in the future.
Okay.
How many of you comment or like below, comment below if you want, if this is something that you're excited to see. One, that's going to give you you should post that today.
Yeah.
Across all your channels, because this will give you a clear idea of does the market want this?
Yeah.
Now, we're a party of two, and we already know we don't need this data because we already know people want a tool like this. People want a resource like this.
Yeah.
More people want to fight their tickets. It's common knowledge. It's a massive need, a massive problem, and a massive need. But I would start it to get not clarify, what's the fancy word, to affirm your suspicion that the market wants it, right? So get that data. But then secondly, we're announcing and letting people know to keep an eye out. So they're like, ooh, what's going on? Like we're building the hype. And we're starting off with like, hey, like if you're like me, I get tickets about 2 or 3 times a year because I like to drive fast. Sometimes they're legit. Sometimes they're totally like bogus. Like I shouldn't be paying these tickets. So I've developed a cool step-by-step guide. I'm taking all my years of knowledge on how I've beat every single ticket over the last year or the last 2 years. And I figured I need to get this out to the people as soon as possible. So keep an eye out. It's in development. If this is something that you're excited about, just put excited down below.
Okay.
And then about 3 or 4 days later or a week later, I would say, hey guys, I've got the first part of this done. I'm going to be launching this on Friday, and it's going to be at a very special. It'll be launched next week. But for those of you that want to get behind the scene access now, drop your email down below, and I'll send you a free copy right now.
Okay.
And just give them like a free copy of the PDF or
Gotcha.
or something, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then when you actually drop it, you drop the PDF, the resource document, the video training that goes with it, and then you charge, $20 for that.
Okay.
Drop that to your warm audience again, and all organic, just to see where it's like, see what the movement is. If no one on your warm list or your organic list buys, right, then we got to relook at offer. We got to look at how we presented it.
Okay.
Because if people that know you or see you or trust you don't believe in it and buy it, then it might be a lot harder for strangers to buy it.
Yeah.
Right. And so once you go through that campaign launch, 1, 2, maybe 3 posts. So, hey, I'm doing something amazing. Hey, anybody want early access? And you could even do early bird discount access. Like, hey, I'm going to be charging $20 for this thing. If you want it for half the price, early access today before I launch the full campaign, send me a DM and I'll send you the 50% code. Get it for $10 today. Right? I want to give back to my loyal followers, my audience. But hey, when I go to launch this next week, it's going to be $20.
Got it.
Discount codes won't work anymore, right? And then you launch it for $20. Once you've gone through all of that, we'll have more data. You'll have a better understanding and more confidence and clarity around like, hey, like, was there any movement here? What, how many people actually saw all my stuff? Because again, organic things get censored, right? Not everybody gets to see every post you put out there.
Yeah.
And then the next thing would be is testing some ads to it, right? Once the funnel is complete, once everything is in place, once you've tested everything with it organically, then we can say, all right, let's run a $50 to $100 Facebook ad campaign and let's see if we get any movement to people purchasing. And then you have to now then look at, well, if I spend $100 on ads, I need to at least make $300 to really make it worth my while.
Gotcha.
Right. So you have to make $200 on top. Just like make your 100 back and then make an extra 200 on top. If we're not getting a 2x plus ROAS on that kind of low ticket ad spend, then it'd be a tough front end low ticket campaign to run.
Yeah.
And I actually have a calculator for all that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Did you have the funnel ascension calculator by chance?
Is it on school?
Yeah. Let me see it real quick. Let's find it.
On it. Classroom, leaderboards, community.
It would be under, if it's in classroom, it would be under a replay because I remember putting it at, so it'd be the Mac Daddy Vault.
Okay. I see the Mac Daddy Vault. Yeah.
And then, or wait, did I do it at oh, no. Where did I put it? I put it in Digital Marketing Mastery. Never mind. It's under Digital Marketing Mastery.
Okay.
You
Uh,
have access to that?
I see it. Product Ascension Funnel Calculator.
Yep. So there's the training that goes with it.
Uh-huh.
You can grab a copy right down below, and then there's a student handbook that goes with it.
Oh, cool.
But that one's going to be for all your products and how you would ascend them through your overall funnel, right? So when you're looking at it, you'll see at the top what's your monthly ad spend, what's the cost per lead. If you don't know that number, just leave it at 10, and then only change what's in yellow, right? The training will walk you through everything, but like this would be a low ticket offer. So instead of it saying 24, you'd put $19 conversion rate. Again, it would the funnel KPI breakdown down below would tell you like typically you want a 1 to 10% conversion rate on the front end, 10 being the most high, 1 being the lowest, and then you would plug in your number based on what you're getting. But you would start by saying, well, let's say worst case scenario, I only get 1% of my traffic to buy my $19 product. This will help you work out the numbers like, shit, like this is a negative ad spend. I wouldn't make a lot of money on this.
Got it.
So that helps you build that out. We can do a walkthrough. Once you have more in place, we could totally open that up and do a walkthrough on it.
Yeah, that's the first goal is to get it finalized, and then I have to rewrite it to where it has different verbiage, um, like like you said, more valuable information that they need that they can't get anywhere else, or the
Yeah.
experiences that I've gone through, or any forms. I haven't really used any forms, but I don't think it could hurt.
Well, any other sites, any other people on YouTube, like right, like what was the process you went through to gain this knowledge, right? Like what books did you buy? What
Right.
articles did you read? What YouTube people did you come across that gave you an insight that you didn't know beforehand? I would like anywhere where you feel like you've pulled in information from them
Yeah.
to learn, say, hey, I've learned all of this from my personal experience, but also from all the countless hours of researching it on my own. So here's one of the top websites that I went to understand my local laws. Here's the YouTube influencer that really inspired me to do this instead when I presented to the judge. Here's another, here's a government site that tells me my rights as a driver on the road across the entire all of America, right? Here's this. Like everything you've done to compile that information in your head,
Yeah.
that needs to be like some sort of quick resource reference,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it should just be like, hey, and then when you walk through it, you say, hey, look, like this is the document that I used to clear my brain, like to get clarity on like my rights as a citizen of this of US, and what I'm entitled to and what I'm not entitled to. What's the law? What's, what are they allowed to do? What am I not allowed to do? And I had to read through this document. Well, guess what? We got ChatGPT now. So you know what I've done? I went ahead and put all of this through ChatGPT, told it to make a summarized story for you. Boom. You're going to get that with it as well too. So you don't need to read through the whole thing unless you want to. Here's a bullet point. You see how you're doing all the work for me, right? Like that's what I'm paying for. I'm paying
Right.
for someone that just went out and just did everything from start to finish, like the calculator. I give it away for free,
Uh-huh.
but the time, energy, and effort I put this entire calculator together,
Yeah.
right? Oh, it's view only right now. I gotta switch to another account. I don't know what account this is on. Anyways, I could charge for this calculator if I did it the right way.
Uh-huh.
If I put all the marketing together, but I'm also on this on like I want this to be free, and then I want them to get help figuring it out, and I drive them to my community. So I want to provide as much value up front, put it over on YouTube, put it on other areas, and then when they check the description, the follow up is come check out my school community. I'll help walk you through this on a live call, right? Because right now my community is only $5, but eventually it's going to be $47.
Yeah.
And then if I can retain somebody and they again, right, they stay for 6, 7, 8, 10 months or never leave,
Yeah.
right? Stack more and more people, 1 hour a day, 1 hour a week that I'm really spending on the business model. It's a monthly recurring model, right? Once I get to 100 folks paying $50 a month, right? Like that's
Yeah.
$5,000 a month just
Yeah.
comes in. Like,
Yeah.
and there's like, I don't have to do ads if I don't need to. If as long my goal is to get people in and then keep them as long as possible, retain them. How do I retain them? Show up when I say I'm going to show up.
Yeah.
Give clarity, insight, be the go-to expert, right? Like you just said, like, hey, like why go through all this headache? Let me just jump on real quick with someone who I think is the expert,
Yeah.
and he can give me clarity, focus, and then I have a direction to go. I don't need to, because part of coaching is getting the affirmation that you're on the right path. But number two is like, okay, I've given clear direction and here's why, and I can weed out all the other nonsense, all the
Yeah.
other rabbit holes that I might go down. Nope, Matthew's giving me clear direction, clear path. I'm going to go execute on this. And then if I get stuck again on what direction I should go, either I drop it in the community or I show up to another weekly call. Say, here's where I'm at in the process, Matthew. I'm kind of stuck, don't know what to do next. Where should I go from here?
Okay.
And it's my 10 years of being in the space, right?
Yeah.
Seeing different funnels, knowing what works, having the experience. Like that's why you pay whatever the monthly fee is.
Right.
Because you're getting access to the actual experts who have done it before and know exactly like you don't need to test as much. You already know like, okay, this is a good path. This makes sense based on data, based on his previous experience with other clients and his own stuff. Like I'm leveraging from him.
Yeah.
And so the same thing for your document, whatever price tag you put on it, they're coming to you because they don't want to. That's my point of view. Because I don't want to deal with research. I don't want to deal with tracking down forms or talking to lawyers. You're telling me all I got to do is watch your training videos, this document, and I can become now an expert on how to fight every traffic ticket moving forward. Like that's an easy $20 for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
One time, $20, that's it. That's
Yeah.
an easy $20 for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That was what I was thinking is like, cause I've had like, you have all this time, why not, monetize all the time and, experience and,
Yeah.
uh, you know,
Mhm.
all the different situations that you've, encountered and learned through the process.
Yep.
Why not get paid for it?
Absolutely. And again, right, you're deciding to put a price tag on it, which is totally fair and totally okay because it is a big need.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like you're not trying to turn it into like any kind of like coaching.
Yeah.
So it's really just like, hey, if you want to jump on a quick call and I can break down some things, 15, 20 minutes, like you can hop on my calendar, it's $50.
Yeah.
Like you're not looking for the next product, like, oh, like, well, what if I want continued support as I go through this? Like, can I get multiple calls from you? Well, like you could set a call package if you want. Where you're like, hey, yeah, buy 5 calls up front, save $10 or save 20%, buy a 5 up front. So 5 times 40 is 200, get 4 calls booked in on the calendar for 150 instead. So basically buy 4, get 1 free. So
Got it.
you could package it out for someone who's like, oh man, this call was amazing. Can I get more with you like in the future? Like if I need help, like, totally. Yeah. I got a 5 call package. You pay $150. It's basically buy 4, get 1 free.
Yeah.
We can apply one today, right? Like you already paid for one today. So all you got to do is send me another $100 and I'll lock you in. And then again, right? You see the complexity of now this model is like, okay, well now I got to make sure my calendar is open on the days that I'm willing to take these calls. And then
Right.
how do I know this person has exhausted all of their calls? Now you got to create a tracker for all the people booking calls with you and make
Yeah.
sure they don't overgo the calls they've booked in with you.
That's a good problem to have though.
It's a good problem to have, right? But again, but you have to ask yourself where do you want to take it? Like, yes,
Yeah.
it's generating money. And then you have to ask yourself, like, man, Matthew, I'm just on calls all day now and I'm making good money, but I'm literally like on back-to-back calls with people just clearing this up. What could I? So then I would say, look, don't do the calls no more. Create a community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Charge $50 and they come in and meet with you 4 times a week or 4 times a month.
Yeah.
On a live call. And that's beneficial to them because now they don't have to pay $50 for every call. They just pay it once and they get 4 of them with you. And they can stop by on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock, get your answers, get all your answers, all of your questions answered around overcoming these tickets.
Cool.
That's kind of the direction. Like that would be the next product. Like I would recommend if you see the growth of that, like, man, I'm like, people are really like banging on my door for more help. Create a school community, charge $50, and then you build a marketing around like, hey, I've given you a great resource. It's amazing. Get it now. Do it all yourself. You don't need my help. If you're one of those kind of folks, action takers, self-starters, $19.99. But if you're someone who's like, I need help, I need support, I have a unique situation, I need to speak to someone that's an expert in this, here's my community, that's $47. Not only do you get to speak to that expert, me, 4 times a month, I'm also going to include the $19 blueprint for free.
Got it.
So you get the blueprint, the training, and 4 live calls with me to help you get the personalized support you need for $47 a month.
Okay.
So you see now you have 2 offers. You can say, hey, this is for the go-getter. This is for someone who wants to do it on their own. They just want to pay one time $19.
Yeah.
And then you have the other person who's like, no, I need that extra call. I need that extra support. I want to stay in the group. $47 a month, and then have a yearly option, pay full for a year if you plan on staying longer than a month.
Okay. So then my next question is, let's say you have like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of these like digital marketing or these books, these PDF books. Obviously, it takes so much time for like if you were just to write it, right? Or if I was just to write it. Do you have like other people like you can like just give the information to, they write it? I'm just trying to think of like time saving measures on my end, right? Like, okay, well, I don't really have 8 hours to fully put this together a day until it gets perfect.
How do we streamline that? How do we streamline the process of taking the knowledge out of your head and putting it into an actual book or resource that's not just a templated like ChatGPT thing, right?
Right.
Yes, there are ways to doing that. And from what I know is one is audio recordings.
Okay.
So instead of writing it out or typing it out, you just sit
Uh,
there and you just talk into a voice memo or otter.ai or anything that can record your transcript.
okay.
So I've got Fathom on Zoom here. So I would open up a private Zoom room by myself, hit record, and I would just talk like in my head, my flow, my process. I would just talk and this is the beauty. Now this is how we use AI. You give the verbals as much as you can, then you grab the transcript and then you prompt AI to make sure that like now you just use AI to clean it up
Gotcha.
because it's going to be able to analyze your entire transcript.
Yeah.
Now there are limits in terms of how much you can feed ChatGPT. So you have to test like will a 10-minute video transcript will ChatGPT will it be able to review it?
Uh-huh.
I've been able to do up to an hour long worth of a transcript like in ChatGPT to give me a detailed breakdown summary.
Okay.
So like, these calls are an hour long and
Yeah.
my other coaching calls are an hour plus long. When I go on Fathom, I get the whole hour long transcript. I copy it, I plug it into ChatGPT, and I have a bot that automatically does what I want it to do. It gives me a summary, YouTube titles, timestamps, action steps, student guide. It does it all with one click of a button.
Cool.
So use AI. So record your audio on, like I said, you could simply just Zoom it. Just record yourself. Uh, do you have the tool Fathom?
I don't think so. You
You
look
got
that
it.
up, though.
Yeah, here I'm gonna drop these resources for you right now.
Okay.
So Fathom, I'm gonna drop this in the chat.
All right.
You got to have this. I think this is the game changer for all Zoom meetings across the board, whether it's an internal team meeting, whether you're giving training, whether you're doing a live call like this. When I jump into Fathom, it gives me so many options to create different kinds of summaries. But the most important part is I get to grab the entire transcript literally like 10 seconds after I get off the call. I don't have to wait for the recording to download on Zoom. I don't have to wait for a cloud thing. Nope. I just go copy and then I go spit it out into ChatGPT. So Fathom is the first one.
Nice.
And then I do see in your future school being an option.
Yeah.
You could totally create a simple community around this.
Yeah.
And
'Cause I was thinking, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody out there kind of being as the expert of how to beat traffic tickets or how to not, be afraid of the system when you're trying to do it.
yeah, I mean, they're out there, but maybe they don't have a community yet. So that's my school affiliate link. So when you do decide to start that,
Uh-huh.
use my link to sign up. And once you sign up, I'll do, this is what I offer to all my students. If you use my affiliate link to start your school,
Uh-huh.
I will work with you to create all the foundational stuff you need to get it off the ground.
Okay,
So
cool.
like if you need help with your cover, you need help with the naming of your group, you need help with like what's the start here video modules look like what modules do you want to create to help people when they come in, what are some of the posts that you should have made. um, I offer that to everybody who uses my school link to sign up.
Okay, cool.
So at what day, whenever day you decide to start your school,
Yeah.
if you use my link, it'll let you know like, hey, you've been invited by Matthew to create a school community. I think you get a 7-day free trial, but after that, I think it's $99 a month, and because that's what I pay for my group. But
Uh-huh.
I'll help you get everything started from scratch, and then from there, again, you're in my community here. Hey Matthew, what's the next training module should I create? Hey Matthew, like how do I do this? Like I'm here to support you. To how do I drive more people to the group? Like I've got my $19 product selling, but no one's signing up to my group. All right, let's jam. Let's figure out why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Yeah, I never thought about the school thing, but yeah, maybe it is an option.
oh yeah. Well, it's an option when if you upsell into a quick 15-minute call and you start to look at your calendar and you have, let's say, a 5-hour window that you'll take calls, and let's say that whole 5 hours is starting to get taken up.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's like you're doing is just slamming calls all day, which is okay. You're answering the same question over and over again. You're like, oh my God, like,
Yeah.
well, why instead of spending 5 hours a day on all these calls and the money may be great, why not create a community where you could grow it to 50, 100, 1,000 people paying you $50 a month, and you only show up once a week for 1 to 2 hours maybe,
Yeah.
instead of taking personal calls all week.
Yeah.
That's when you would really want to say, hey, like setting up a community would be the next best thing. Like obviously the market needs it, the market wants it. I like doing the one-on-one calls and it is lucrative, but now my time is being just sucked with one-on-one calls all day.
Right.
So I either charge more for the calls, which they may not buy anymore because it's too much. It's too much of a threshold for the people trying to buy.
Uh-huh.
Like people don't want to pay 100 or 150 or $200 to get on your calendar, right? For something that's
Yeah.
very, very possible. I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't pay $200 to get on a call just to get help.
Sure.
Like I pay $20, I pay $50, right? Like there's a threshold. Even like I have money, but I'm not paying $200 to get on that call.
Yeah.
Um, but if you're like, and I had this conversation with somebody else in the community. They're a lawyer, and I was like, look, like if I knew I had like a defense lawyer or a lawyer about around a specific topic in my back pocket, I'd pay 20 to $50 a month just to have that there,
Mm-hmm.
just to jump into the community every once in a while, ask a quick question and get expert feedback from a lawyer.
Yeah.
Jump on a live call once a week if I really need it. Be like, hey man, I'm going through this thing with my neighbor right now. He's doing all this weird shit in his backyard, and like, what are my rights as a neighbor in an HOA community? Like, I would like to have that in my back pocket. I pay 20 to $50 a month just to keep that there,
Yeah.
so I could just jump in and ask questions. Just like your community, I'd pay 20 to $50 to be able to, like, man, I just got a ticket. This is stupid. All right, I'm logging into Adrian's group today. I'm gonna jump on his Friday call. Adrian, I just got a ticket the other day. Blah blah blah. Let me tell you about the story, and then you say, you help me out.
Yeah.
Even if I don't get a ticket that often, I don't get tickets that often. I get a ticket maybe once every 5 or 6 years. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this, it's all about the safety. It's like insurance, right? Knowing you have somebody in your back pocket that you can turn to when something does arise.
Yeah.
And what is that price point? Is it $20? Is it like a $19 a month? And 19 is not bad either. 27.
Yeah.
That could be, like subscription based, like, Netflix. We have Netflix. I barely watch Netflix, but I keep
I
it.
know, me neither. Yeah.
15, $20 a month. I pay for Netflix and we hardly use it, but I want it there just to, like, there's a day I just want to pop in there. Like I pay it because I don't want to have to, well, we don't use it, so let's shut it down. But then I'm like, I want to go watch something on Netflix. Oh, I gotta sign up again.
Yeah.
Like just let the subscription ride, man. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that gave me a lot of ideas. Now these are my next steps to attack this PDF to try and get it done first. That's the first goal, get it done.
Yeah.
So I've got most of it down and I'm trying to think, how do I add like examples of like the exact tickets that I received? Um,
Yes, the
Not to
more
obviously just, blank out like some of the personal information, but
blank out personal information, but it's only going to build trust and credibility when they go through the document.
yeah,
Like, hey, I've included all my exact documentation and how I've done it, and people will know when things are mapped out. You don't have to tell them.
yeah,
And so that's the credibility. Like, okay, he's really talking the talk. He's not just saying this because he's some expert guru, right?
yeah,
Like he's bringing like actual data, actual results. He's showing screenshots.
yeah,
Like that's your own personal testimonial. And then as you grow the community and as you sell the document, you'll want to extract for anybody who buys. You probably want to have a campaign to follow up with them in like 30, 60, 90 days that says, hey, you recently purchased a ticket Defender Blueprint. Did it work for you?
yeah,
And then whenever they respond with an email like, oh my God, it was the best. It worked. Oh my God, I got me out of this ticket. This was like, boom, screenshot all that. Hey, here's a testimonial of someone who recently bought my $19 get out of ticket blueprint. Here, like you just let the testimonials speak for themselves then.
yeah,
You don't have to do any marketing.
yeah,
Like that's why people work with Russell Brunson, because he doesn't even talk about ClickFunnels. He just talks about all the people that get results with ClickFunnels.
sure,
Look at all my new clients look at all my new users. Look at all the stuff they've been able to do.
yeah,
I got Jan who signed up 3 months ago and she's already hit the 2 Comma Club award with her product. Like he doesn't talk about the functionality of ClickFunnels. He just talks all about the testimonials of his clients getting wins.
that makes sense.
But you'll start with your personal testimonial, like, hey, these are my documents. Here's how I overcame it. Here's the price that I would have to pay, but here's what I saved. And then you document and you compile a list of like your savings on tickets. You're like, boom, I saved over $20,000 in my lifetime overcoming tickets.
Hmm.
And then that's a powerful number to project, right? Your
Yeah,
own personal testimonial.
yeah, okay. My own personal savings.
Yeah, your own personal savings, right? Like, yeah, you had to spend X amount of time, but it was well worth it because look how much money I saved.
Okay.
That's a huge thing you want to like compare it to fitness, right? You're a man of fitness, right? You keep your health
Yep.
good,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? You're a walking testimonial that you know what you're doing
Yeah.
around fitness.
Yeah.
So if you were to start a fitness program,
Yeah.
you're a walking testimonial. You'll have better results than someone like myself who I understand fitness, I study it, I've read 1,000 men's health books, I've lost 30 pounds on separate occasions, but in my current state, I would not be someone anyone should be taking advice from
Yeah.
if they looked at me, right?
Yeah.
So personal testimonial stuff is always great. Trust and authority building.
Okay.
Showcase that whenever you can.
Yeah.
Always have that as front facing as possible. That's part of your hook.
Yeah.
Learn exactly how I saved over $5,000 in unpaid by fighting the ticket system. Like that
Yeah.
would be
I
a hook.
haven't done a lot of that in that book. That's for sure.
No, because in the book you're trying to help them get clarity. The
Yeah.
fulfillment always is let's train, let's get clarity, let's get confidence, let's work out the details. But from the marketing standpoint, how do I get people's attention? You could have the best training around this in the world, but if you start to talk the boring stuff, which is the boring stuff,
Yeah.
no one's going to come in. But if you say, hey, want to learn exactly how I saved $2,000 in tickets this in 2024 by using my XYZ blueprint method,
Yeah.
comment down below.
Yeah. It's not only just saving the tickets, it's the amount of you saved in insurance premiums going up.
See, you're the expert. There you go.
Yeah.
Right? Tired of your insurance premiums going up because you ran a stupid red light and you didn't know how to fight it, and now your insurance, you're now paying an extra 200 to 500 a year on insurance
Yeah.
on top of the ticket that you paid, right?
Yeah.
Use my exact 3-step blueprint, 4-step blueprint to fight and beat 99.9% of your traffic tickets in the future. Click below, purchase.
Okay.
So front facing marketing is always going to sound different than the actual internal stuff, the boring stuff.
Yeah. 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 What do you think, like 10 pages is a sweet spot? Like, I don't want to make it too long. I don't want to make it like a novel. Um,
There is no sweet spot. I would say put in there what you feel needs to be in there, bare minimum. Like it needs to be in there.
okay.
Anything that's fluff, anything that's extra, that's like not essential to the training, just don't even think about it.
Okay.
Like so, don't go down the rabbit hole of or you could do this, or you could do this, or you could do that. No, like this is what you need to do. This is what I do, and we're not going to stray away from this path. And if
Got it.
that's 10 pages, great. If it's 3 pages, great. The shorter the better, because no one wants to read through the full 10 pages or 20 pages. So shorter is always better. But if it is actually essential information and it's 10 pages, then it's 10 pages. That's why we pair it with a video, because you'll have a lot of people who don't want to read it and you want people to have you walk you through it. So then once you have the 10 pages, you create the video walking them through the 10 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So your book, the 10 page whatever PDF becomes your resource needed to make the video training.
Got it.
And
Now,
then you pair it together when people buy it.
do you think there needs to be a website in alignment with this PDF, or just because I haven't even thought of that yet?
If you want to get this to market ASAP, you
Yeah.
don't need a website.
Okay.
But you will have to have the ability, you will need to have the ability to sell people in the DMs or on your page, which is like, hey, I created this amazing resource. Hey, I don't, if you want it, let me know. I'll send you a DM and make sure you get access to it.
Okay.
Great. Then they hit you up in the DM with keyword or whatever, and then you say, perfect. I'm going to send you over the link so you can go ahead and purchase this, whatever it is, or here's the link. You can grab your copy today. And then it takes them to a sales page,
Got it.
a simple checkout page.
Okay.
Check out, picture of the thing, the document, some testimonial language you have. Purchase your blueprint right now, $19.99.
Cool.
Like that, in terms of website, you would need a sales page to sell it.
Yeah.
Have I given you the 7-figure swipe file yet? I think I did.
Let's see.
So eventually, this is what I'm talking about.
You just
So
gave me the
eventually,
calculator and the school link.
Okay, so have I given you a copy of this yet?
No.
All right, I'm gonna drop this in the chat. You can open it up into your browser.
Okay.
So this column here is sales pages. You want to look down here, probably like this was some of Aaron's earlier sales pages that he created to sell like a book. So when you say website, I immediately think you need a sales page.
Yeah.
And so your sales page, this is a premium sales page,
Yeah.
right? Like this is like testimonials, everything.
That's good.
You may not have all of this. I would just take the elements from this, right? So one would be a headline hook at the top, your image of the thing you're giving them. So run it, get either use Canva or have a Fiverr person for like 20 bucks, create a book cover for
Yeah.
your blueprint thing. On the website, you'll have an option to do the design where you have a checkout, a two-step checkout form right on the page, and then do as much as you can with it, right? Like you're taking a photo with it, right? Get it today for just $1, like get it today for just $19, right? As you get more testimonials, then you can add it to this page. But like you may not have all this extra stuff down below, and I would not expect you to make any of this.
Uh-huh.
But this would be the next rendition of trying to sell something like at a high level, and you want to get high conversions of this $19 book,
Okay.
right? This is like a value stack of all the resources you get inside the book. So you see how like, oh, I'd pay $1 for all this. Like I get all these frameworks, I get all this stuff for $1. Like
Yeah, that's good.
the one-page funnel for $1, I'm buying this, right?
Yeah. So
That's
he's
just
got
one.
this out there on Amazon as well.
Yeah. And then this is frameworks book that he has. Like so every framework he ever created, I worked for him for 3 years. Every framework we created for clients to help them get clarity to walk through a process or to install something, we put it into the play. We called it the playbook, and it's basically every framework that we put together: product creation, marketing systems, marketing funnels 101, the perfect advertising kit, winning webinar, everything. All of these one-page frameworks are all in one thing, and I think you can get it for like 27 bucks.
Cool.
I can give it to people for free because I have a copy of it.
Yeah.
But we took everything we created for clients, we put it into a book, and now we turned it into a low-ticket product to help market the front end. And then eventually people were like, oh, these are great, but I don't know how to execute. All right, jump on a call with us and join our program, right?
Yeah.
But this is a high-level sales page that you may want to get to in the future. So when you say website or sales page, this is what I'm referring to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a one page.
Yeah, but typically all you need to start off with is something like this.
Yeah.
Send them straight to a checkout page, your branding, what is it for, some testimonials of your own, right? And then place order.
Got it.
But yeah,
Cool.
that's more advanced stuff. And again, once you get to that point, you're ready to start building that stuff out. I'll be here to help support you with headlines and design and
Nice.
what works best and what platform to use.
Let's hope we can get to that point soon.
Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there. My last recommendation, just so you continue to get like warm fuzzies,
Yeah.
is like I said, you could sell this without having any of it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder and it's not streamlined.
Yeah.
All the tech makes it streamlined. But if you make a post today, let people know you're working on something special, get people excited about it, and see what kind of people respond to you, what kind of comments they leave. Do they like your post? Do they share it? And then, hey, I haven't created the checkout page yet. I haven't created the website yet. All I know is I have the document and the resource ready to go right now. I'm going to be selling this for 20 bucks, $19.99. Anybody want early access, early bird right now? DM me. And then when they DM you, you can just say, hey, look, like here's what it is. Here's a sample. Maybe give them a sample of like the first 2 pages. So have a sample document where it's like the first 2 pages and say, hey, because you reached out, I'm going to give you a sample. This is a 10-page document. I'm going to give you the first 2 pages like as a sample. Read through it. If you want the rest of the document, just let me know and I'll sell it to you for 10 bucks. and I'll send you the whole document over. But it won't be like, because you don't have the sales page yet, right? Like you don't have to go worry about creating all this extra stuff. You could start selling it and say, all right, perfect. Here's my Cash App. Here's my PayPal. Send me $10 and I'll drop the rest of the document for you right here.
Got it.
And boom, you just send them the PDF.
Okay.
And yeah, oh well, what if he gives it away to other people? Like that's going to happen anyway. Once someone buys it for $20, they're still going to give it away.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying in my mind. Like bringing a product to market as soon as possible. You can. There's a lot of the stuff that like don't get bogged down by like all the tech and making sure the checkout page. Like that's a problem to have when you make a post and 100 people reach out to you and say, "I want that." Oh
Yeah.
shit! I don't want to respond to 100 people. I need to now build a checkout page.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You don't have that problem. Manually sell it, and then if you like, and then develop it, and then once it's developed, then you can just incorporate it and switch it out and say, "Hey, perfect! You can get a copy. Just click here."
Okay. Well, that
All
helps
right,
a lot,
Adrian.
man. Yeah, that was a lot.
Absolutely, man.
A lot that I didn't, even consider. But now, yeah, now it's kind of giving
Yeah.
me some ideas of like you said, put it to audio, have a, Chat GPT transcribe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that saves some time.
Yeah. I'll once we get off, I'll grab the transcript from the recording. I'll have it do a detailed summary for you, and then I will put it on a document and I will share it with you over on School. Send you a DM on School with the document.
Okay, perfect.
Everything we talked about today, whatever it spits out, you'll at least have it
Yeah,
organized to a degree.
cool. All right,
All right,
man.
Adrian.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. My only selfish ask would to be whatever takeaway you got from today, pick one, jump into the group, and just make a quick post and say, "Hey, this was my biggest takeaway."
Easy,
That's
easy.
it. That's all I ask.
Awesome, man.
Adrian, enjoy the rest of your week, man.
All right, Matt. Appreciate it. Have a good one.